Hi, I'm Abby, and if you'll allow me, I want to tell you my story from the bottom of my heart. I lived in Asheville, North Carolina, in love with Liam, the guy who made my world go round. Until Hannah showed up, her green eyes filled with envy, and took him away from me. But that wasn't all. She cast a spell on me, yes, a real spell. My name is Abigail, but everyone calls me Abby. I was 24 when it all happened, living in Asheville, North Carolina, a city full of mountains, charming cafes, and a kind of mystical air that has always enchanted me. I was in love. It wasn't just any crush, you know? It was the kind of love that makes you feel butterflies in your stomach every time he smiled. His name was Liam. He had brown eyes that seemed to hold the whole world, an easy laugh, and a way of making me feel like I was the only person in the universe. Until it all fell apart. I've never been one to believe in the supernatural. Sure, Asheville has its stories, its little crystal shops and fortune tellers on the corners, but I always thought it was just folklore. Until I met Hannah. She was new to town, arriving with that air of someone who knows exactly what she wants. Red hair, piercing green eyes, and an energy that seemed to suck the air around her. I can't explain it, but from the first day I saw her at the cafe where I worked, I felt a chill down my spine. She looked at me as if she knew me, as if she hated me, even though we'd never exchanged a word. Liam and I had been together for almost 2 years. We planned to travel to the Blue Ridge Mountains, maybe even live together someday. He was my safe haven, my best friend. But suddenly, he started changing. He became distant, responded to my texts with monosyllables, canceled plans. I thought it was work stress. He was a graphic designer, always dealing with tight deadlines. But then, one night, he broke up with me. No explanation, no fight, just an "I don't think it's working, Abby." My heart broke there, on my apartment balcony, as he turned and walked away. Days later, I saw him with her, Hannah. They were holding hands, laughing in the same cafe where I worked. My world fell apart. I didn't understand how he could have changed so quickly, how he could have forgotten everything we had. That's when I started noticing strange things. My hair, which had always been my pride and joy, long, brown, shiny, began falling out. Not in clumps, but slowly, as if it were fading. My skin, which had always been clear and healthy, began to look dull, with dark spots appearing out of nowhere. I felt tired all the time, as if something was draining my energy. My friends, like Sarah and Jake, said I looked sick, but the doctors couldn't find anything. Stress, they said, but I knew it wasn't just that. One night, while cleaning up the cafe after my shift, I found a strange object under a table. It was a small black cloth bag tied with red string, with a pungent smell that made my stomach churn. Inside was hair, my hair mixed with herbs and something that looked like dirt. I'm not stupid. I knew what it was. Asheville has its stories, and I'd heard of spells, of root magic, things people did to curse someone. My blood ran cold. Hannah. It had to be her. That envy in her eyes, the way she stared at me. It was her. I got really sick after that. High fever, nightmares where I saw Hannah laughing as my face melted in the mirror. I could barely get out of bed. Sarah stayed with me, holding my hand as I cried, as I felt my life slipping through my fingers. My mother, who lives in Raleigh, came to visit and brought a woman named Dolores, a kind of healer she knew. Dolores looked at me, touched my forehead and said, "This is the job done, girl. Someone wants to erase you." She confirmed what I feared. The bag, the spell, everything pointed to Hannah. She had used something against me, something to steal my beauty, my energy, my love. I almost gave up, Danny. I swear. There was a day when I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize myself. My skin was gray, my eyes sunken, my hair thin. I felt like a ghost. But something inside me refused to give in. Maybe it was anger. Maybe it was self-love. but I decided I wouldn't let Hannah win. My mother and Dolores helped me. We spent sleepless nights, burning herbs, praying, undoing whatever Hannah had done. Dolores gave me a salt and rosemary bath, and I felt something shift, like a weight lifted from my shoulders. Little by little, my strength returned. My hair stopped falling out. My skin began to clear. But most important was what happened inside me. I realized I didn't need Liam to be whole. He might have been with Hannah, but I wasn't going to let her destroy me. I almost died, Danny. Not in the physical sense, but in the sense of who I was. Hannah tried to erase me, but I fought back. And here I am, standing, even though it still hurts. I'm learning to love myself again, to trust myself. And I know this story isn't over. Hannah may have Liam, but she hasn't defeated me. Not yet. If you had told me a year ago that I would be here, writing the final chapter of this story, I wouldn't have believed it. Asheville still smells of pine trees and coffee. The Blue Ridge Mountains still rise majestically in the background. But I'm not the same. After everything I've been through, the pain of losing Liam, Hannah's spell that nearly erased me, the struggle to recover, I've reached the end of this journey. And, Danny, I'll tell you how it all ended, with an open heart, because this story isn't just about what I lost, but about what I found. After Dolores and my mother helped me undo the spell, I knew I couldn't just move on as if nothing had happened. Hannah was still out there, and Liam, well, he was still with her. I'd see them both sometimes, downtown, laughing as if the world belonged to them. Every look from Hannah was a reminder of what she'd tried to do to me. But I didn't want revenge. Not the way she understood. I wanted something bigger, my peace, my strength, my life back. It was a slow process. My skin returned to normal. My hair grew back, thicker than before. But the real healing was internal. I spent months working on myself. I started painting, something I hadn't done since high school, and found in color a way to express everything I felt. Sarah and Jake were my rock, dragging me on hikes in the mountains, making me laugh even when I wanted to cry. And Dolores, that wise woman with eyes that seemed to see right through me, taught me more than rituals. She showed me that true power comes from within, not from spells or envy. But there was something unfinished. I knew I had to face Hannah, not with anger, but with truth. Then, one fall afternoon, when the Asheville leaves were golden and the air was crisp, I found her. She was alone, sitting on a bench in the main square, staring at her phone. My heart raced, but I took a deep breath and approached. "Hannah," I said, my voice firm but calm. She looked up, and for the first time, I saw a flicker of fear in them. "I know what you did," I began bluntly. "The spell, the bag, everything. You tried to destroy me because you wanted what I had. But look at me now. I'm here, whole, and you? What did you gain from this?" She opened her mouth, but no words came out. For the first time, Hannah looked small, fragile. I felt no pleasure in seeing her like this, only a deep sadness. "I don't wish you harm," I continued, "but I hope you find something better than envy to fill your life." I turned and walked away, feeling a weight lift from my shoulders. I don't know if she understood. I don't know if she changed. But it wasn't about her anymore. It was about me. That night, I dreamed of a golden light, like autumn leaves, enveloping my body. I woke with tears in my eyes, but not from sadness. It was relief, it was freedom. And Liam? Well, he tried to come back. Months later, he texted me, saying he missed me, that things with Hannah weren't what he'd hoped. I read it, took a deep breath, and deleted it. Not because it still hurt, but because I no longer needed him to feel complete. I had found myself. Today, as I write this, I'm sitting on my apartment balcony, with a cup of tea, and the sounds of Asheville in the background. My screen is next to me, filled with colors that tell my story. Sarah and Jake are coming over for dinner, and we'll laugh, plan a hike, live. I almost died, Danny, not in body, but in soul. Hannah tried to erase me, but I was reborn. And now, I know I'm stronger than any spell, any envy, any loss. I'm Abby, and that's my light. Hi, that was another story. What did you think? Comment if you've seen anything similar. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.